Our new operations director stood in front of the whole team and announced a single rule he was convinced would fix every internal issue. He said, "No meeting or agreement counts as official unless it is on the official calendar, not even mine." At that moment, he had absolutely no idea that his own strict policy would end up being read back to him in a boardroom full of senior leadership as evidence against him. Here is the exact story of how, if it is not on the calendar, it did not happen, turned into the ultimate trap for the person who created it. I have been working at a mid-size marketing agency for about 5 years now. Our previous operations lead was very laid back. A quick Slack message or a 2-minute hallway chat was usually all it took to get things done effectively. But after he moved to another department, the company hired a new operations director named Mr. Harrison. Harrison's very first month set a stressful tone for everyone. He had a habit of walking up to people's desks, completely unannounced, for what he called quick chats. These drop-ins always happened right in the middle of deep, focused work with zero advance warning. Worse yet, he would frequently raise critical directives verbally and later claim they never happened or that we had simply misunderstood his instructions. It left the entire staff constantly second-guessing every single decision. After a few of us raised legitimate concerns, Harrison called an all-hands meeting. He declared firmly, "From now on, no discussion counts as official unless it is on the calendar with a proper invite. No hallway conversations, no desk drop-bys. Everything goes on the calendar, for everyone, including me." Someone in the room immediately asked if that meant even small direct requests from him personally had to follow the same process. Harrison replied with total confidence, "Especially those. I want a clean, traceable record for everyone's sake. That is just good operational practice." I nodded along with the rest of the room, but internally, I decided to hold him to that rule to the exact letter. Here is what Harrison clearly failed to think through. He was, by a wide margin, the person most likely to break his own policy. He was constantly stopping by desks and floating verbal requests in passing. Yet he had just promised in front of the entire agency that none of those interactions would carry any official weight unless they hit the calendar first. So, a few of us decided to start treating his rule with absolute, literal compliance. The very next week, Harrison stopped by my desk for one of his classic quick chats, asking me to alter several key figures in a client performance report before the end of the day. I looked at him and said, "I cannot officially action that change without a calendar invite, per the policy you established." He looked visibly annoyed, but he could not genuinely argue because he had announced the rule to the entire team himself. He tried to push back, saying, "Come on, you know what I am asking for. Just make the adjustment." I calmly responded, "I understand the request, but per official policy, it is not actioned until it is logged on the calendar. I want to make sure there is no confusion later about what was agreed upon." He had no logical comeback. Dozens of employees had witnessed him lay down that exact rule. Within 2 weeks, several team members were doing the exact same thing. Polite, consistent adherence to the calendar or it didn't happen rule. It was not hostile, it was just precise. Meanwhile, Harrison's personal habits barely changed because dropping by desks was simply easier for him. Then came the turning point. Right before a major client presentation, Harrison stopped by our team lead's desk and verbally requested significant last-minute changes to the deck. No calendar invite, no email, just a casual comment on his way to lunch. Per his own policy, that request officially did not exist. So, the team presented the version that had been approved and calendared days prior. The presentation was a total success. Afterward, an angry Harrison accused the team of ignoring his instructions. Our team lead calmly opened the calendar and noted, "There is no record of that request anywhere. Per your policy, it officially never happened." What Harrison did not know was that a team member had been keeping a detailed log of every time he bypassed his own system. When executive leadership reviewed the project, that log revealed Harrison had personally broken his own rule 9 separate times in a single month. During the executive review, the log was read out line by line. Harrison sat in total silence as his unofficial requests were formally dismissed by his own standard. Leadership placed a formal flag on his management style, forcing him to comply with the calendar rules. Humorous enough, he began sending invites for everything, even 2-minute questions about printer paper. If you have ever dealt with a manager like Harrison, drop your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more workplace stories.
Has something like this ever happened to you? Share your story with us at rulebackfired@gmail.com. Don't worry, your identity stays completely secret. Don't forget to like and comment your thoughts. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or hit follow if you're on any other platform.